Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Actually, for you, it's kind of like a Friday. It's the middle of the week, and you only got one more day to go. All right, we have been talking about air pollution, and so we're going to finish up air pollution with a gizmo. We haven't done a gizmo lab in a little while, so we're going to work on one today. I'm just going to wait till I get almost everybody in. But while you're waiting, you can look at the Canvas unit for air pollution. Familiarize yourself with some of those things. Everybody's coming in pretty quickly, so we should be able to start soon. All right, so if you would just look at your module. Um, Actually, I need to, before I do that, hold on. Look at your module for air pollution. Look over the vocabulary for that section. All right, effects of air pollution. All right, read over that while you're waiting. I have to just realize I put it in Yorkie, but I haven't assigned it in Gizmo yet, so I need to do that first. All right, so read over this section. Again, familiarize yourself with the indoor pollutants, mostly this section here, and then review this section down here and the recap. And while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I add activity to you. Don't think I have done that. Science, there we go. Okay. So, and there it is. Okay. All right, and almost everybody's here. So in a little while, we'll get started with that. All right, so again, we're looking in the little video that's showing right now. It's basically real short. Basically, we were talking about there's two types of pollutants, primary pollutants and secondary pollutants. The secondary ones, the sulfur dioxide and the nitrous oxides are what you call primary pollutants. They go up into the atmosphere and then they get mixed up with the wind and the rain. And then when they precipitate back to us, they are now in the form of acid rain. So they didn't go up as an acid, but they're coming down as an acid. And again, they create all kinds of damage to, we don't feel it so much. It gives you a slight skin irritation. There are small animals that are irritated by it. Buildings are damaged by it because the acid starts to, most of these statues and monuments are made of limestone, so it will dissolve limestone. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I think everybody who is here who's coming should be here by now. All right, so since I'm in the module, I'll go to it in the module, but it should also be on your desktop. So you should have done this already. It was due yesterday. So if you haven't done your air quality question, that's late. It was due yesterday. This one is due shortly, but don't put it off too long. It's due next Tuesday, actually the day when we come back from our little weekend break. So make sure you get that done. And today, we are doing the gizmo that's called Smelling the Rain Gizmo. So you want to download the graphic organizer. Okay, so you're going to fill this out while you are watching. So follow the directions and I'll take you there right now. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to do this from scratch. All right, so you want to, those of you who've not done a gizmo before, we're going to go to Clever and we're going to click on Explore Learning. And when you click on Explore Learning, I think it automatically will take you to the gizmo. Mine is going to look a little different because I'm the teacher. But it should take you to a page that looks something like this. And you've been assigned to do Smelling the Rain. Okay, so we want to launch Smelling the Rain. Launch. Launch. Okay, and I'm going to do this so I can see what you're doing. All right, so everybody, Clever, explorelearning.com. Once you get to the gizmo, you want to click on smelling in the rain, like singing in the rain. So you're going to be smelling in the rain. All right. It is a warm, sunny day outside. A familiar odor was in the air and a sign of a storm in the distance. Up at the top, you can type right here for you. It's going to record your thoughts. This is one of those activities that's records your thoughts. Okay. All right. And it just wants to know, did you do it? So what do you think a storm smells like? I'm sure you've been outside and you can smell the air when it's rain. Why do you think there is a smell? So you're answering those two questions in the box. And that's kind of just an introduction. Once you've done that, click on background. Okay. A respiratory therapist is concerned about the number of asthma attacks in children 0 to 17 years old. Okay. All right. So the first thing on your handout wants you to um, identify the problem. So, and then you can click on the orange words if you want that thing to the box to disappear. All the orange words are always vocabulary words. So you just click on them and those boxes will disappear. All right. Okay. And do what it tells you to do. If it tells you click on a box, click on a box. Okay. The total number of rescue inhaler events for children in the community are is reported in the daily app. On certain days, the number of higher than the respiratory therapist might expect. Okay. So this is use of inhalers and children with asthma. Okay. So click on all the little arrows and things of that nature. And so just follow the prompts as you go along. All right. The thing that you want to write down on your worksheet is this first sentence up here. This is the problem. When you click on the side box here that says problem on your paper, it says identify the problem. So you're going to write down exactly what it says up there. Patients are reporting more asthma attacks as a result, an increase in respiratory um, inhaler use. Okay. And just keep clicking. So then when you get to this part, this is list the asthma triggers. So I'm just skipping, but you should, the answers we're not even out of that top box yet. So the answers that you need so read the phenomenon, read the background, read everything here, and that'll get you all the answers you need in the first box. And then initial design solution, then that'll get you the next box. And then each box has its separate thing to go through. There's a part that says jump to the handbook after you look at the design solution. So the handbook is over here on the side, and it has some things for you to do. So do that before you get to design solutions 1 and 2. And then you'll go back to the case study to do those. All right. Obviously, you're not going to get done today, but you're going to get started today. So you're going to have most of it done today. All right. I'm going to stop talking so that you can get started if you have any questions. Is there anybody who cannot access the gizmo? Please let me know if you have no access to the gizmo. And pay no attention to the fact that it says middle school. Trust me, it is because it's a STEM activity, it's a challenging activity. Some of y'all went on that field trip yesterday. It was a STEAM, but STEAM is, they kind of added arts to STEM. So now it's STEAM, but it used to just be science, technology, engineering, and math. And now it's science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So we've gone from STEM to STEAM. So it is an upper level activity. Okay. So again, pay no attention to the fact that it says middle school. Trust me, it'll challenge you. All right. Good morning. Good morning. We had a couple of people just come in. We are, let me come back over here. Okay. So if you start in Canvas, Start in Canvas. You are downloading the worksheet, the graphic organizer for the Gizmo activity. Then you are going to go to Clever and click on Explore Learning, the Explore Learning app, which is the orange app. And you should be looking for the assignment for smelling in the rain, the Gizmo assignment for smelling in the rain. And then you're just going to follow the prompts on the website. There's always arrows that tell you what to do next, and then complete the answers on the worksheet. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing so I can do attendance. Check GoGuardian to see how many of y'all are actually doing it. I got a lot of people off camera. A lot of people logged in and a lot of people off camera. And I do take note of the folks who log in for logging in sake, and then when your work is late and you want to be excused for being late, take that into consideration too. Use class time for class work, please. I'll keep saying that for the rest of the semester. Class time for class work. I shouldn't be looking at me when I'm looking at GoGuardian. Everybody should be in the Gizmo. If you are logged in, and I'm going to give you credit for attendance, you ought to be in the Gizmo. If you use class time for classwork, you don't have late assignments. Plenty of time is given to do the assignment and turn it in. Again, please let me know if you cannot get in the Gizmo. You're going to go to Clever, click on explorelearning.com. It's nice orange app, Explore Learning, and it should take you to the Gizmo. You've been assigned, not ecosystem. You should be looking at Smell the Rain. So do not do ecosystems, was a previous assignment. Justin, you're looking at the wrong one. Smell the rain, smelling in the rain, smelling in the rain. That's the one you should be looking at. Smelling in the rain. Again, I have people who are logged in and who are not working. And again, use everywhere you see an arrow on there, it takes you to, so there's a lot of reading you need to do. So just take your time and read. You have the time, take your time and read. The arrows tell you where to go next, and sometimes it doesn't let you go to the next step until you've clicked on all the arrows. Download the worksheet first so that you know what questions you need to answer. To answer the question about the asthma triggers, you're going to have to click on all of those little, and please list all of them. Again, when you get to the part about the asthma triggers, make sure that you click on all the little circles and list all of the asthma. There are 7 of them. And again, it tells you where to click next. It doesn't usually let you out until you do what it tells you to do. All right, just checking in. I'm still looking at GoGuardian, and half of you aren't doing it unless you're doing it on something else. You should take notes as you go along because you have to solve the problem. So when you're getting to look at the air pollutant sources, you should jot down some things because it's hard to hit the back button on this without starting all over again. Everybody should be at least to the handbook section. And I don't think you're there. Like I said, some of you aren't even in the program. And I'm gonna keep that in mind when they come in late, they just late. Also a reminder that the air quality assignment was due yesterday, so that's late. The next assignment is due Friday. And then you have this. Don't let stuff pile up on you. Okay, folks, time is up for today. Find yourself a nice place to stop, and I will see you next week after the long weekend. And you'll continue where you left off. Have a good one.